What if I told you that one of the world's most celebrated models is still gracing magazine covers at 92? Not as a novelty, not as a feel-good story, but because she is genuinely, undeniably, breathtakingly beautiful. Carmen Dell'Orefice didn't just age gracefully. She rewrote the entire narrative about what it means to grow older as a woman. While the world tells us to hide, soften, and apologize for every passing year, Carmen stands tall, literally, in her signature tailored silhouettes, her magnificent silver hair catching the light like spun platinum. She's been modeling for 78 years. Let that sink in. 78 years in an industry notorious for disposing of women the moment they show their humanity. Yet here she is, not just surviving, but thriving, commanding, luminous. Today, we're going to explore exactly how Carmen Dell'Orefice embodies timeless elegance, and more importantly, how her approach to style, presence, and living can transform how you see yourself. Because what she's teaching us isn't really about fashion at all. It's about something far more powerful. Stay with me. 1. The power of posture and presence. You've seen her in photographs, haven't you? That regal bearing, that elongated neck, the way Carmen Dell'Orefice just seems to float rather than walk. But here's what most people miss. This isn't about genetics or luck. This is about intention. Carmen has spoken repeatedly about the importance of posture, calling it the foundation of elegance. She practices awareness in every moment. Shoulders back, spine lengthened, chin parallel to the ground. Not in a stiff military way, but with the fluidity of someone who understands that how you carry yourself communicates everything before you ever speak. Think about it. When you walk into a room with your shoulders rounded, eyes down, taking up as little space as possible, what are you saying? Now imagine the opposite. Imagine claiming your full height, your full presence. This is where elegance begins. Not in the closet, but in your body. Carmen reminds us that presence is a practice, not a birthright. Start noticing how you sit, how you stand, how you move through space. Your body is listening to every message you send it. 2. Embracing your silver crown. Carmen Dell'Orefice could have colored her hair. God knows the pressure was there. But instead, she made a different choice, one that would become her signature. She let her hair go silver, and in doing so, she transformed what society saw as a limitation into her most powerful asset. That silver hair isn't just beautiful, it's revolutionary. It says, I will not hide. I will not pretend. I will not diminish myself to make you comfortable with my age. If you're struggling with your graying hair, I want you to really hear this. Your silver isn't something to cover. It's something to celebrate. It's earned wisdom. It's lived experience. It's the physical manifestation of every lesson, every joy, every challenge you've survived. Carmen styles her silver hair with the same care most women reserve for their natural color. She keeps it healthy, glossy, well-cut. She wears it up in elegant chignons, down in soft waves, always with intention. Your gray hair deserves this same level of respect and attention. It's not giving up. It's stepping fully into who you are. 3. The art of timeless tailoring. Here's something Carmen understands that took me years to learn. Fit is everything. Truly everything. You can wear a designer label or a thrift store find, but if it doesn't fit your body perfectly, it will never look elegant. Carmen gravitates toward classic, structured pieces. Tailored blazers with strong shoulders, well-cut trousers that skim the body without clinging, coats that create a beautiful silhouette. These aren't trendy pieces that will look dated next season. They're investment pieces that work year after year, decade after decade. She famously said, I don't follow fashion, I am fashion. And she meant it. While others chase trends, Carmen chooses quality and fit. A perfectly tailored black blazer, a crisp white shirt, a beautifully cut sheath dress in a neutral tone. This is your permission to invest differently. Stop buying 10 mediocre pieces and start building a wardrobe of 5 exceptional ones. Find a good tailor. Learn your proportions. Understand that a simple garment that fits you perfectly will always outshine an elaborate piece that doesn't. Carmen has built her entire aesthetic on this truth. 4. Simplicity as sophistication. Walk through Carmen's style archive and you'll notice something striking. Restraint. She doesn't pile on accessories. She doesn't mix prints wildly or chase the latest color trend. Instead, she practices what I call sophisticated minimalism. A black turtleneck with tailored trousers, a camel coat over a simple dress, a single strand of pearls, a classic watch. This isn't boring, it's intentional. It's allowing your face, your presence, your essence to take center stage rather than competing with your clothing. Carmen understands that true elegance whispers rather than shouts. When you simplify your wardrobe, you create space for your personality to shine through. You stop hiding behind your clothes and start using them as a frame for who you really are. This doesn't mean everything must be beige and neutral, though Carmen certainly loves her neutrals. It means choosing pieces that enhance rather than overwhelm. It means understanding that sometimes the most powerful statement is the one you don't make. Quality over quantity. Intention over impulse. Timelessness over trends. This is the Carmen Dell'Orefice way of dressing, and it works at any age. The 5. The confidence of bearing your arms. Let's talk about something that makes many women over 50 uncomfortable. Sleeveless clothing. We've been told to hide our arms, that they're somehow inappropriate or unflattering after a certain age. Carmen Dell'Orefice didn't get that memo. At 92, she regularly wears sleeveless sheaths, tank tops under blazers, and elegant gowns with bare shoulders. Not because her arms look 20, because her arms look real, strong, and beautiful at 92. She's rewritten the rule book on what's acceptable. Here's what I want you to understand. Your arms have carried children, groceries, responsibilities, dreams. They've embraced people you love. They've worked and created and held on through difficult times. They don't need to look airbrushed to deserve exposure. Carmen's confidence comes from acceptance, not from having perfect arms by some arbitrary standard. She strengthens her body. Yes, she's spoken about the importance of exercise and movement, but she doesn't apologize for her age showing. Neither should you. Wear the sleeveless dress. Pair it with a beautiful necklace or a structured blazer if you want. But stop hiding what deserves to be seen. 6. Maintaining your own standards. Carmen Dell'Orefice once said something that changed how I think about aging. I'm not interested in age. People who tell me their age are silly. You're as old as you feel. But here's what she really means by that. She's not denying her years. She's refusing to let them define her limitations. She maintains rigorous standards for herself, her health, her work ethic, her appearance, her curiosity about life, not for others, for herself. She exercises regularly. She eats mindfully. She continues working not because she has to, but because she wants to contribute, create, and engage with the world. She reads. She learns. She stays relevant not by chasing youth, but by remaining genuinely interesting. This is the real secret. Elegance at any age requires maintenance, not of your face or body alone, but of your mind, your spirit, your sense of purpose. What are you doing to stay vibrant? What are you learning? How are you challenging yourself? Carmen hasn't coasted on her looks or her legacy. She's continued to evolve, to work, to push boundaries. That's what keeps her vital and magnetic. Set your own standards. Meet them. Not for applause, but for yourself. 7. Living beyond the mirror. Here's the final and perhaps most important lesson Carmen Dell'Orefice offers. She's built a life that extends far beyond her appearance. Yes, she's a model. Yes, beauty is part of her profession. But when you listen to her speak, you realize that's just one facet of a multidimensional life. She's a mother, a survivor of financial hardship, a woman who's rebuilt her career multiple times, an advocate for older models, a person with depth and wisdom and perspective. Her elegance comes from the fullness of her life, not from the perfection of her face. This is what we all need to remember. Your style matters. Your appearance can be a form of self-expression and self-respect, but it's not your worth. It's not your entire story. It's simply one way you show up in the world. Carmen's real beauty comes from resilience, from showing up authentically, from refusing to disappear when society suggested she should, from continuing to contribute long past when others would have retired, from living with purpose. So yes, take inspiration from her posture, her hair, her tailoring, her simplicity, but take even more inspiration from her refusal to shrink, to apologize, or to let age define her boundaries. That's the true elegance. That's what redefines aging for all of us.